Hey, so let's continue with Java. So let's go to the next one. Let's see what we have here. Here's the comments. Okay, so we can use this for comments as we've seen. And there's also we can prevent lines from running with comments as we've seen here. And we can do actually a block of comments. So if I'll just take this and control slash, just a second, I need to be in English. Okay. So if I do control slash, this removes the comments, and this is useful. Okay, for example, if I'll do it here, okay, it's comment in and out what's called, and because it's as it, this comment stays intact. But we can also do, okay, let's uncomment this. We can also do a block of comment. Okay, so something like start with slash and asterisk, and then asterisk slash. Just a second, I have a phone. Okay, so here we go, and we're talking about comments. So I can write here, for example, this is my code. It is the best. Okay, and you see IntelliJ also let us close this down. Actually, this block as well, to make our code clearer, but I'll just remove it for now. So this is a comment. So we had comment and multi-line comments, and let's move on. Okay, as I said, I tried to do a bit faster. So we have here the type of variables. So let's have a quick look. So we had here the name. Let's keep the age, which is an int. Okay. We can have float. Float is a floating point number. Let's say just price for now, and let's say 70.43, for example. Okay, so this is float. Okay, you see here this error because it expects us. Let me see. Okay, this is what we call a literal number. Okay, this is a literal number, and he wants us to tell him that it is float. So he expects the f here, which is because there's also double, which is a bigger number, and another price. This is, by the way, writing like this words that start with low, and then every word lowercase and every word uppercase. So this calls camel top. Okay, I'm not getting all these details, but so another price I can put let's say 100.34, and see it doesn't have an issue with that because double, when we don't use f it's double, and when we use f it's float, and the difference is the ability to keep bigger numbers. So you know what, I wouldn't go into it right now. For most purposes they are the same, but double is for when we need much bigger numbers. So this is for now. Okay, so we had a string, we had int, we had a float, we have char which is like a character. So last time we used char c when we use a single character, char c like s. Okay, so this is how we mark a character. Okay, and we use this one instead of quotes. Sorry, English is not my tongue language. So char c. And we'll have last but not least, Boolean. Now Boolean is very interesting. It can be either let's say is male for me. Okay, so is male, and let's say it equals to true. Okay, or maybe it's false. So basically Boolean is an answer for the question which has an answer of either yes or no, true or false. And it is very useful in programming. When we look later on condition, it will become very useful. So just keeping an answer, you can think of it also as like 1 and 0. It also can be used in 1 and 0. So let's see actually. If I put here 1, no, he doesn't like it. He likes it to be exact. So false or true. Okay. So these are the type of variables. And we have here all their examples, including printing. We wouldn't go into that, and I just want to go a bit faster on things. So let's go on. So we have here print variable. We've seen concatenation of strings. okay, we can actually do this. Okay, so let's say we have let's do another name. Okay, so we had the Shefig, and let's do name 2. You can name variable like this, and let's put Kevin again. Okay, and then I could do like string message MSG. Okay, so it will be name plus name 2. Okay, and I can print, let's say, by the way, no, print by itself doesn't work. There is a shortcut for it, but for now let's just use sout. Okay, so I'm just writing down sout, it does tab and it completes. So if I run it now, we'll get the message Chef Karen. Okay, so this is concatenating, and we can do things with the numbers. So int x, as I see here, show here, equals 10, int y equals 20, int z equals x plus y, and we can print it. Sout. Okay, and z, and we'll run it, and we'll get 30. Right. Okay, and that's about it here. Let's see what else we have. Declaring multiple variables. So we've seen variables. Actually, we can do it in a line with the commas. Sorry, but I'm going to move very fast. We can use this way to give them the same values. Okay, I'll just copy it here so it will be a bit more clearer. Okay, so this is totally legal. And okay. Okay, so here it's like this exercise should be like int, comma, comma. For example, if we submit the answer, okay, it's correct, yay. Very nice. Okay, let's see if we can see something else. Java identifier, what are the identifiers? Must be identified. Okay, unique names. Okay, so identify is basically the names of the variables. Okay, we've seen a few examples here. Let's see, data type. So we have the int, float, char, boolean, and string. Okay, wouldn't go into it. So integer, floating point number, character, boolean, and string. We also looked at double. There are additional one here. Here you can see in the W fiscal. So there is long, just bigger and bigger numbers, for example. So long is a very big number. You see that doubles also a long one. What else? Okay, here we have an exercise of putting the right types. Let's go on. Okay, and here we have numbers, but as bytes. Okay, so byte is basically between minus 128 to 127. We can use it for real small number and like use less memory. Okay, this is nice. And short can be a bit bigger. So different types of number to keep to save different types of number and showing them. Okay. Again, not that it's interesting for me. Here we can see that we can use a double and put the D. We've seen that we don't have to. Okay, we have a question about using float or double. Again, the precision, how many points we want afterwards. And that's about it. Not that interesting. Let's move on. Boolean type, so yes, no, on, off, true, false. Okay, true, false. And we're going pretty fast. Characters. Okay, so this is interesting. So let's have a look at this. So a character can actually be used as a number. Okay, so I'll just copy it here, and let's just put it in here in run it. Okay, I'm actually going to delete all the code because it's not that interesting. So you see we have ABC. Okay, so 65, 66, 67. So we can always change between int, this int code, this not sure, I forgot the name, but we can always change the code, the ASCII code, ASCII values of course. Because we can always change ASCII values to the number, and it can be useful if we want to have character with a special one. Let's just try something out. So I'll just put 1, 2, and 3 here, and let's see what kind of characters we get. Okay, so we get this kind of interesting character and different characters. So if you have character that you don't have on the keyboard and want to show it, you can actually use the ASCII code to do it better. Okay, I think I'll finish with this one, and I'll see you in the next lesson.